Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight?
Woo!
My name is Keith Allison. Hi, everyone. My name is Quinn McGuire. I go by Q in the Stew in the poetry world. Keith Allison has asked me to host tonight. Make sure you guys say your prayers for Keith. He's feeling a little under the weather. But he's here with us, so everyone give it up for Keith for showing up tonight. Welcome to Angry Cow Poetry. I am going to try to do this as seamlessly as I possibly can. This is not my typical platform, but I'm humbled to be asked by Keith to be here with you tonight. So yeah, I'm gonna get into a little bit of an introduction to the show. As my phone loads, everything that Keith sent me is essential as part of this show.
Oh, wing it, you'll be fine.
Keith, I can't wing it. I really can't.
You get to talk more later. It's okay.
Yes, I will get to talk more later. I'll do some more talking later. But more importantly, first of all, shout out to the Rialto Theatre. Thank you for having us as always. Shout out to Nate and Seth holding it down back there with the food and the bar. Make sure you guys get some food and drinks to enjoy with all of the beautiful poetry that you are about to experience. Moving on into some of the ground rules, there is a pot for donations up here. All of those donations will go straight to our feature for tonight, who is incredibly talented. And you guys, if you're not already inclined to send some donations, I'm sure you will be in a little bit once she does her thing up here. So yeah, make sure you guys check that out. If you're not already signed up for the open mic, feel free to sign up on the notebook over here. I think it seems like most of us are already ready to go, so it's all good, but I'll make sure that people find it, they do that as well. Anyway, let's see. All right, everything is being recorded tonight. So if you don't want to be recorded this evening, please make sure you let us know. Keith will shut down the camera. You can be up here by yourself, that's all good. But if you want some footage, if you want to be on the internets and all that good stuff, you know, Keith is doing his thing over there on the camera. So, couple events I'll shout out before we get into our feature introduction. Friday, June 19th will be the special 4-year anniversary show. That'll be a Juneteenth celebration with 10 features. Incredible features. I know just about all of them, I think, and they are some of my favorite poets. So if you get a chance, definitely come check it out. It's some really crazy talent. Friday, June 12th, One Mic Open is holding their 12-year anniversary slam with Keith, Danielle Nicole, Nikki Dixon, Raja Bell Freeman, Quiet Kid, and myself. We'll also be competing in that, so come check us out. Wednesday, June 17th at the Expression Lounge, just down the street, at the Big Love Cafe with feature Samson the Poet, so definitely go check him out. And obviously our Angry Cows monthly event next month will be Wednesday, July 1st with my very good friend Dre Day. Incredible, also awesome poet. Much love to Dre Day. I can't wait to see him do his thing up here. So yeah, that's all I have in terms of housekeeping and all that good stuff. You guys know the deal. If you guys like the poetry, make sure you give some snaps. Let me hear you snap. Let me hear you say, Yeah, that was good. I like that. Make sure you guys are interacting with each other. As poets, we always feed off of what is given to us. So make sure you guys are interacting with the poets as much as you possibly feel comfortable with or possibly can. So, also, once we get into the open mic, we're going to do 2 poems per open mic artist, except for Ed. Where's Ed at?
Ed's right here.
That's what I thought. I'm pretty sure you were Ed. If you have a problem with that, don't see me, see Keith. But Ed has his own special rules he gets to follow, and you'll understand why once Ed goes up. But right. But the words are all there. The message is all there. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into the introduction of our lovely feature tonight. Keith says, I normally just talk off the top of my head, but if it helps to have something written...
I didn't mean for you to read that one.
But it felt a little more comfortable doing it that way.
No, that's good.
Arianna Cheree is a dynamic poet and spoken word artist. Many of you have heard her before, as her powerful voice makes regular appearances at this event. You can find her on Instagram at Black Girl Poet and your favorite snack dealer. Please welcome our feature, Arianna Cheree.
Hello.
Hey, Arianna.
So I'm Arianna. I write poems. I go to work too. But I don't like to talk about that. So I figured, since Keith said I could do like whatever I want to do, but my budget will only allow me to do what I'm going to do today. I want to start with like my most complete poem, and I want to end with like a poem I'm still working on. That way, it's kind of like the conversation continues, so you can talk about it with me later or think about it. But you get it. Okay. So I'm gonna start with this poem called My Mama, because I came out of my mom, so I feel like it starts there, so. Everything my mama say is a black proverb, because she's black, and she my mama. She says goodness and mercy shall follow you and stay safe, but it's not a warning. Rather a threat. She doesn't care how I do it as long as I make it home alive. There comes a time when your fear of disappointing your mother is stronger than your fear of anything else. Streetlight is a reminder that someone is still expecting me. Whole bodies tethered to this light, despite what Fox News may say. Someone is still expecting me, despite what law did or did not get passed. Someone is still expecting me every day. And everything my mama say is a black proverb, because she's black. And she my mama. She say, I'll see you tomorrow. And she ain't been wrong yet.
Hey.
Okay, so I guess I can still do whatever I want. So let's see. So I like to write poems about stuff that won't let me sleep, I think as a creative, I feel like being a creative inconveniences other people. They don't think it does at first, but like when the idea doesn't respect your boundary or your budget or your free time or work or anything, and you just kind of have to write it, or it just keeps irritating you until you understand something that's happening. I feel like that's where my writing comes from, because I have to do it. And if I don't, I feel like I'm backed up. And instead of taking fiber, well, still take your fiber. I'm not saying don't take it. I'm just saying in addition to, poetry.
Yeah.
So, in this one, I'm gonna sing, and we're gonna get through this together. If you don't hear me hit the note, just hit the note down. Okay, knock it down. We're gonna, so this poem was, I did a lot of like in response to poems, like you asked me a question, and the poem was the response. So the question was, what does ghetto heaven look like? I know I've been changed. Ooh, I know I've been changed. You know the angels in heaven done sign my name. Heaven is overcrowded. Got niggas out here homeless in heaven. Overflow of black bodies coming home too early. Ain't had time to lay out the blankets on the floor for us to sleep on. Grandma in the kitchen, cooking up gumbo, stirring that pot of potion like it got some kind of healing effect to it. Some of us chain smoke our troubles away, assuming that belt of fog will keep us safe from anything outside this blessed circle. Ain't no stress like not knowing who's coming home next. Chain, we gonna be all right. Sitting on our holy mama's back porch, talking about which street corner we died on, trading stories on what we'll never get to do, smiling, surrendering to grief, welcoming everyone in, wishing it would have taken them a while longer to get here, wondering when God will make us forget about the revolution that killed us and got us here, got us fucked up, got us feeling like there's some unfinished business back on earth. is how my mind is. I have like many tabs, and you just kind of gotta enjoy the ride. You know, pick up what's for you, leave what isn't, and it kind of all works. So I think this was the first poem I ever did here at your open mic. So I suffer from chronic migraines. I get them every day. They last hours at a time, days at a time. I spent many day in urgent care and ER with people telling me that nothing's wrong with me. But why would I enjoy spending hours here when I could be at home watching my Mosaic? That makes no sense. So I find that existing will always include fighting. And it may not necessarily be swinging, but I have to have my back, because let the world tell it, I'm cool, I'm strong. Like, I'm not. I mean, I got this, but because I gotta have it. The medical term for "we don't believe you" is placebo. When being creative becomes too taxing, it is then a series of unnecessary tests to build my insurance, and when that doesn't work, my mental health becomes the final round of jeopardy. All the contestants posing as nurse practitioners do not have the right answers. My migraine tells me I'm in pain. The doctor says I'm not. My 3-day stay in ICU reaffirms these suspicions, yet my credibility is still questioned. Black woman pain is a trick for drug seekers. All the strong black women they read about in their cultural insensitivity class teaches them that if we can survive slavery, one-parent households, the escaped air in our chest from watching our babies die for fitting a description, white feminism, Planned Parenthood, white teachers in the ghetto, and the black men that choose not to love us, surely I can handle a little headache. I mean, isn't the life of a black woman chronic pain? PTSD crammed into my bloodstream, a prescription for amlodipine, tramadol, Celexa, Topamax, Xanax, Zoloft, 4 other drugs I cannot pronounce nor afford. But I know I can't think straight. I stopped asking questions. Black woman leaves white hospital, no relief. 3 unpaid sick days, a migraine the doctors swear I don't have, and an undetected tumor no physician bothered to find. The medical term, but we don't believe you, is placebo. When surviving becomes too expensive, and it is always too expensive, death usually follows. Okay, so my poetry, my Instagram handle is Black Girl Poet. When I was really into the poetry scene, I started out slamming with Playhouse Square, Slam Youth, and doing like just random open mics. My friend signed me up and didn't tell me, and I knew I was performing when they said Arianna on deck, and I was like, oh, what's on deck? They said it means you're next, and I was like, oh. Cool. Ever since then, I just like the rush of like being on stage, being able to share something, and having middle child syndrome, where like you kind of have to fight for people to listen to you, and now you're like, oh, are you waiting for me to like say stuff? It's a vibe. And I thank you. Okay, let me. How y'all doing? Y'all liking it so far? Yeah. Because I mean, if you don't, I will cry like Alfred Woodard and like every movie she's ever been in. And we can be uncomfortable together.
We don't want that.
I'm just saying. Okay. So this poem, well, let me explain a little bit more. So, Black Girl Problems, I was trying to write everything I saw, what I felt. So I have a lot of poems that are Black Girl Problems. And I find that there's so many things that don't happen to black women that happen to black women. And how it impacts us. So that you would think that the stories would be just about black women, but it's about the people we care for. And I'm becoming empty. Let's say the black boy doesn't die in this movie. Instead, he unlearns what it means to be raptured. Unlearns the statistics, having a conversation with his future. Let's give the black boy back his future. Give him his voice back. Let him know it belongs to him. That in this movie, his skin does not resemble the usual suspects, keep him from being a product of his environment by first telling him he's not a product. Tell him he owns himself. And that this world will try to take his right to write and his chest to feel angry. That sometimes the truth is its own story where the black boy walks on predictable plots, breaks them. Instead of being buried beneath them, the black boy doesn't die. The black boy, all undressed and typecast in BET specials, doesn't die. The black boy is a silent movie. The black boy becomes the dark. Realizes that after all, absorbing all of the light, black boy is still dark. Realizes black gonna be black regardless of what you think. Black boy be father, provider, strength, song, truth, all before being black man. Black boy be everything. Much like the culmination of all colors, black boy be everything to everybody. Black boy be ready for life after the script we gave him. Black boy is silly to think that there is a life after. Black boy be improv heart, unshaken face, still sidestepping all of your character analysis. Black boy doesn't die in this movie. Here we have a black boy deficit, a shortage of humanity, but an abundance of excessive force. When your safe space impedes on our safe space, the body count of black men becomes so high it has turned their names into a list poem. Timothy Russell, John Crawford, Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Tamir Rice. This is when murder becomes a natural part of black boy death, when families understand mourning while our lives are too well versed in losing themselves, coming from places where their names sound like my brother's names, Christopher, Joseph, Michael, when their names sound like my nephew's names, Braden, Brandon, Caden, when their names sound like my name, looks like my town, like something we've already seen before. People believe we're not worth much when we live, when your guns make it impossible to live, when your hate tells my black I have no right to live. It is based on a true story where the black boy doesn't die in this movie. He doesn't deserve to die. In your movie, the black boy cannot die in this movie. He is already dead. So a lot of these poems are like old to me, new to you, which is cool. It's like vintage Arianna, where I didn't really take reps. I just kind of went in. You know, back then rapping fast that made me rap better, like Twister. I'm old. 90s baby, it's okay. Okay. This poem is about a person that I probably should have stabbed, but it's oh.
That's not you set up.
Actually, if you think about it, I have a few poems that cover that. Let me switch. Hold on. I think that I like, we were talking about this before we started, that I like being able to provide the more of the poems that I'm writing. Because you don't really have an opportunity to do that in the slam. It's just clean cut, you get in, get out. It's not about the points, but the point is for you to get the fuck on. You know, like you just kind of gotta. So I think being able to explain how I felt. That's okay. Explain how I felt at that time versus how I feel now. Like it's more empowering than anything else. Because again, he should have been stabbed. But I didn't have an ink pen or a knife. I just had a hunter goes. My mom said it was going to happen. My roommate asked me if I was sure. The police asked if I'd been drinking. My roommate does not believe me. The nurse asked for my clothes, my sheets, my compliance. My boyfriend asked how long he had to wait. My sister asked if I was going to press charges. My job was to know when I'm returning to work. My brother offers to kill him. All the sharp objects in the room have disappeared. The mirror laughs at me. The mirror fractures my wrist. The mirror mocks my pain. The nurse shoves my trauma in a box and redresses the wound. My roommate writes a poem. Mobile crisis puts me on hold. I seem to have misplaced my peace of mind. I don't know if it was taken from me or if I ever had it to begin with. My job says I don't have any sick days left. Why? No one heard me scream. If my roommate was in the other room, my roommate asked why I couldn't fight him off. Perhaps I left my strength in the bed sheets. I guess I won't get that back either. My boyfriend told me to get over it. My sister stops calling. My mother says black women don't get depressed. They go to church. My brother strengthens his selective memory. My roommate leaves out details to the cops. Some poets don't know when to stop editing. My mother says pray. My God says nothing. Mobile crisis asks if I feel suicidal, puts me on hold. Again, says to wait until Monday. My boyfriend kisses what is left of me. Leaves when I cry. He never understood. My brother won't pick up. Still isn't Monday. My mother won't answer the phone. The space outside the skin calls my name, keeps mispronouncing it. Victim, my clothes, security, roommate, friend, all crime scene evidence removed. I look for God again today. I guess he's missing too.
Damn.
I have something less heavy. Nope. Let's go right into the next one. Alright, so this man, alright, this is called the Dandelion Poem. And thank you, Keith, for helping me finish the poem. So I did a poetry performance with Plan B, dope poet, check her out if you don't know her. She had a We Are Dandelions event, and she challenged me to write a poem about dandelions. And if you don't know, dandelions are one of the most incredible plants. You can cook it, make tea out of it, saute it, fry it, all that good jazz, put it in your salad. It's good for your heart, good for your blood pressure, it's good for all the things. And then someone convinced us that they were weeds, and then took it to Trader Joe's and charged us $5.99 to get the same thing that we already have. So the metaphor is that we are dandelions, and that we are self-sustaining, and that we have what we need, and I don't have to pay. Now, I mean, if you got it, buy it in bulk. But I mean, I'm just saying, you got it within you, because it's you. So, plus, some men should go to hell. Find the metaphor in there too. You always fancied yourself a seedsman. Me, a giving flower. Self-sustaining me, unbothered by the dryness of your dirt. Still, I wish myself to be less dandy, more rose for you. A damsel in search of a gardener. Instead, I became a bouquet of wilted hands. I learned how to bloom for fear of being a weed. Believe my love was invasive, because it be everywhere. Yellow lions roaring across your lawn. Ain't I a dandelion? A healer tap-rooted in minerals. I wasn't a weed when you met me, crumbled and reduced to a shell of a woman, gaslit to get you higher. Not enough rose hip in this rap. I won't be no houseplant. I can't be your favorite flower with ideas springing from my afro, seeded wisdom blown out like the last part of a wash day, an exhale at the start of a blunt, oral history for your taste buds. I got the juice spilling from the sap beneath my skin. I broke my stems for you to drink of me, because you were thirsty. I let a man unearth me, planted a narrative about who I am, treated me like my petals ain't pretty petals, two gargoyles to be in his orchard. I thought he would shower me with love. It was pesticide falling instead of rain. He planted doubt in my garden and laughed when nothing grew. A broken man taints the ground, insulting the one thing that sustains it. A poet with no words is still a poet. A woman without a man to love her properly is still a woman, still incredible, thriving. Like I did. You did a flower poem at the adult prom, and I was like, that's...
Oh, I tend not to remember my poem.
No, well, I did. I was there. It was good. It was nice. I liked it. Okay, am I good on time?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Am I looking at you? Wait, how?
No, you're good.
Okay. So, there was a slam at Lift Every Voice in Cleveland, at Ink Studios.
Yeah.
And there were, I forgot, the gentleman who won was Damien Wilson. And I had sent him this poem because it's the most important poem I've written. So I really wanted to make sure I was being concise. But sometimes, like I sent him the poem. He gave me feedback. I'm like, okay, I can do something with this. And then it felt like when he was editing words, he was literally cutting me with the ink pen. I was like, oh, okay, he hates me. But like then you take it out and you read it and you see how it reads. But I also think like when you're doing poems and you're pulling the reader into what you're feeling, it's not concise. Like it's not
Exactly.
all together.
Exactly.
I wasn't together. And so my poem is, but like there's still, grief presents itself in such a way that it looks like a stranger, but it smells familiar, and you don't really know how to process it. You think you're cool. It's like when you're like, yeah, I'm over my ex, and then you see them, and you're like, oh damn, I'm not over my ex. But it's like that with people who are dead. So it's, and when grief represents itself each time, you experience it in a different way, and that's when I revisit the poem and I like edit it. And so this is a kitchen sink. Before I do the poem, I do have chapbooks, but they're lighters. So you scan it, you tap the NFC tag on the lighter, and it takes you to the audio of the poem.
You're so creative.
So I was homeschooled. Yeah. And the middle child, I fought to be seen. But now I'm here. So, okay. The faucets in my hood scream when I turn them on like they warning us of something. Must be high pressure coming from the valves. Spills grime in our sinks. Watches us wash what we can. There's something in that water. Travels through pipeline to bloodline. These neighborhoods stay drenched in it. My tear ducts pour some out for the homies that ignore the sediment and keep drinking. Till another person's throat decays into sewage. A loved one dies and your impulses provoke you into unearthing their body. Force the soul to stay tethered or rewind. Watch the machine return his final breaths. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Tears ascend back into my ducts. Hospital bed, unsurrounded by praying hands. Body cam footage. Doesn't recognize his face. Street drugs. Thinks Stephan is stranger. Don't recognize his bloodstream. Don't recognize his lungs. Don't recognize this hood because they don't belong to it. The wet never discolored our minds, never polluted our thinking of what happens to an untreated illness. When no one deems the hood unwell, it tries to heal itself. Drugs, the coping mechanism of those who can't identify the problem and can't afford to fix it. When the thirst craves you back, it looks like intoxication. Looks like lead in the water, misdiagnosed the ghetto. Side effects become street art, decorating your musty housing projects. Where do you think the drains lead? A child's mouth open and we pour this into them. Brown girls and brown boys sip ultra chemicals that taste like tap, taste like trauma drowning the body. An ignored filtration system made of generational curses. The water took my cousin. An abrupt lesson on riptides. It stains the mind. Whatever survives gets recycled. We pour some out for the homies. But it always ends up coming back to us. My cousin's death screams at me, just like the men in my hood do. But he was trying to tell us something about the water, like he was trying, because he was trying not to be everything but the kitchen sink. The lighter real quick. I have lighters. I'm coming back. Yes. I have lighters.
How much do you accept Cash App?
So, I accept Cash App, food stamps, Venmo, Zelle, PayPal. We can barter. You do hair, dishes. Amen. Okay. I love to eat.
I love to cook.
I'm just saying. These go for $10. So you'll hear all these, actually you've heard them. So Kitchen Sink is the one I just did. The Dandelion Poem about the man I should have stabbed, but I wrote the poem. So if you think about it, if you buy the lighter, I'm less likely to just go back and stab them. So it's really, yeah. And it's only $10. I'm not gonna ask for this monthly. I'm just saying. And then I have my black woman, white hospital. So, and if you're interested in getting yours made, again, homeschooled. I don't mind. You can just let me know. You can record your poem and I can put it on there. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna do one more poem before, you wanna go ahead? Yeah. And there's an NFC tag on the front. So you tap it like you tap to pay. You may have to turn your NFC tag thingy on your phone, but it takes you to the audio of the poem. But don't do it until you buy it or that's stealing, because it defeats the purpose. And I can fight. Okay, here you go. Okay. So Keith had a writing workshop. Was that like 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
On erasure poetry, and I had never written it. I observed it, but I never actually ventured into it myself. It was a wonderful workshop. I learned things, and I'm gonna do a poem. So I had a poet. She posted a poet I met in Philly. She had wrote a poem and posted on Instagram in the midst of the workshop. I was listening. I wasn't being rude because he was telling us to find something to write. So it made sense I was on Instagram. Anyways, I was on Instagram, I saw the poem, and I was like, this resonates. Let's black that shit out. So, because you know, erasure is where you have an original piece. Hey guys, I'm wonderful. My bad, y'all. And it was wonderful. Where you erase what you don't want that's already there. And like, this is what mine looks like. I can show you later if you want to see. Okay. The original poem was called Zora Sonnet. This is called whatever words I say next, because I didn't have a title. Okay.
Find out together.
Zora's dreaming before man's law. Love came out of a black womb, and all she, God, left behind, found imagined joy with magic. Her, enough for us.
Yeah.
I got some pizza and good. From here, y'all should get some. I'm gonna go eat mine, and then y'all can do poems. And I'm getting back listening. Okay.
Terrific. Really, really good.
All right, y'all. There's a little bit of space in between us right now, right? I need us to fill all that space with some love.
Yeah.
For Arianna Cheree. Please, Arianna, beautiful, incredible as always. I have had the pleasure of having a few conversations with Arianna. I'm not gonna act like we, you know.
Right. We ain't new to this.
Right. And on the topic of space, like Arianna brought up the fact that as traditional slam poets, you know, the typical motion is you get up, you say your piece, you get off on stage, and that's kind of the end of that. And I want to really emphasize the importance of space like this. You know, what Arianna just did was she took up this space, right? She took advantage of this space and really presented things to us in a way that, like, we as poets, we might not be used to. You know, like, we hear a poem, you know, we see the poet disappear forever. Arianna really just bared her soul in front of all of us, and she gave us a lot of her story. And I really just want to commend her more than anything on taking this space and making it her own and letting us know who she is. So give it up one more time. Incredible poetry. You will hear from her again later tonight. But make sure you talk to her too and get some of those lighters. She's cool as hell. Like, she's so much fun to talk to. So make sure you do that. In the meantime, we are going to go on a brief intermission, and then we'll get into the open mic. I know there's a couple poets in here who I saw walk in and not put their name on the list. So I'm giving you a little bit of time to go ahead and put your name on the list over by Q. So yeah, in the meantime, help yourself to the bar, help yourself to the food, help yourself to the list, and we'll see y'all in a little bit. Sound cool?
Cool.
If that's cool, say cool.
Cool.
All right, I'll see y'all in a second. Thank you. Get into the open mic now. I'm gonna call our first open mic artist up to the stage. Let's give it up for our Lansing. Did I say that right? I'm sorry. Our Lansing.
Your outfit is fire.
Thanks. Y'all just know how to make me feel good. So these are. I always try to bring something that is either new or I have not shared before. These have not shared before. I'm a poet and I deal in emotion, but I don't deal in love. That's gross. Like, that's dumb. We don't play with that like you. These are kind of that. We call it more infatuation. And I just kind of want to take them for a test drive and see how they sound out loud. The first one, I don't have a title for. She is Rapunzel all the way down. Hair tumbles into hands. The color of rich earth invites me to till, to turn the soil over and over. And clay fingers, strands slip through clumsy grasp, cling so long to afterthoughts and hindsights. Fists turn clumps of unshaped gray, clamor for rope, she tosses all the way down to me. She is Rapunzel, and I climb up and up. Bury clods of gray in her overturned earth of cinnamon hair. She sculpts digits while I study her face, watch her hair fall all the way down into my hands. I feel like this one, next one's a little bit spicy, and that's okay. It's called 3 a.m. It's 3 a.m. somewhere on the East Coast. I'm lying in the darkness when she calls from the past. Time bends like a serpent in the hour of the devil. The house is quiet, whirring fan blades spinning, chasing circles, an Ouroboros stirring the air and cooling my skin. She says, I want to look into your eyes as I slide my fingers into your mouth. I'm stoned, I say, and imagine her fingers. I want to fold the earth like paper, run a solitary digit along the creases, two halves touching in an origami bin so that I might bring you to me. Time forgets itself in paper folds. It's 3 a.m. somewhere in here, and I taste the sweetness of your fingers when you push them into my mouth.
One more time for our Lansing in the fire outfit. I love getting lost in the lyricism. Thank you, our Lansing. All right, we're gonna get into our next poet. Let's give it up for Joe Cool.
Thank you, thank you. First of all, I want y'all to know where I'm coming from. I have a dream.
I love it. Downright love it.
I'm not a poet. I'm not a performer. But Keith, he'll let anybody up here say true stuff. If this sucks, I blame Keith. This is called One-Way Dead End Street.
All right.
You expect loyalty, yet have none to give. You think it's your birthright as long as you live. You are leading the masses to its destruction with the whims of your own deluded construction. It's clear to all you're the king of deceit. While avoiding the truth, you display your conceit. But at the end of the day, as anyone can see, you're just a one-way dead-end street. Your incompetence is only dwarfed by your sense of self-importance. But the whole world can see your underperformance. You take and take and take and take, all the while shouting, let them eat cake. Thinking it's what it takes to deflect any heat, you're happy to lie, steal, and cheat. But at the end of the day, as anyone can see, you're just a one-way, dead-end street. To the working class, you are a bane. But you don't care, as long as you have something to gain. You want to be remembered as a man who got things done, but all you really did was avoid an assassin's gun. As your cronies retreat for fear of defeat, you think your hold on them is a glorious feat. Blinded by ambition, they just can't see. You're just a one-way dead-end street.
All right, Joe.
Oh my goodness, I couldn't even. Oh, it's in the hand. On the street.
Give it up for Joe Cool and his cool ass shades. I saw you put the sunglasses on over there. I was like, oh, we're about to get into it. Shout out to Joe Cool. All right, we're gonna give it up for our next poet, our presidential rule breaker. Let's give it up for Ed Amann.
I want to send Quinn that sounder from my website. It's Ed Amann.
I'm sorry. I got all the names.
Anyhow, this song, come dance with me at sunset in sunshine's fading rays. We still enjoy each other during freedom's dying days. The foxes stole the hen house, and you saw things going wrong. So you let the wolf take over is the message of this song. Someone said you need a strong man, but there's something you forgot. The real strength is in the people, watching for each other's lot. An idea once expressed lives on, even if the speaker dies. The listener will keep the truth and throw away the lies. If your elders taught you wrong from right, and your conscience grew up strong, you will choose the things you know are true, is the message of this song.
All right.
All right. And just written tonight,
Hey, come on.
our case. The loads of words we write to try to make our case to folks who never understand, so they hate us to our face.
Hey!
First time for me, I'm gonna try sort of freestyling. I got nothing but a prompt here. People are special among creatures because we all make things. Make songs, make poems, make dinners, make love, but try not to make pain or death. Thank you, Keith, for doing this all along, and Quinn for taking on this tonight. Thank you, Rialto, for having this. Y'all be good, stay safe, and have fun.
One more time for Ed Amann. My bad. I've seen you enough times at this point. I should have known. My apologies. Y'all,
It's
please.
one of them names. I had to put a sounder on my website how to say my name.
I'm just asking y'all, please don't jump me after the show. Okay? I'm sorry.
You ain't the first person to get it wrong. You ain't gonna be the last.
Fair enough. Cool. You guys ready for the next poet?
Yeah.
Let's make some noise before I call the next poet. Just because I want to. I appreciate that. Let's give it up for Noelle.
So, I am also not a poet. I'm not even really sure what poetry is. But I've been working on this, and I feel like this is a little, like, there we go. All right. So I've been working on this for a while, and this is a perfect room to do this, and I would really value your feedback. The ending in particular is what I'm struggling with. And I also wore the wrong glasses today. I left my house with computer glasses, and so you're all blurry. Anyways. This is called OLWWA. I don't expect you to accept this apology. I don't expect you to forgive me. I don't expect you to like me. I certainly don't expect you to trust me. I wasn't there for you. I was often a witness who said little and did less. I told myself, that's not really my fight, and I am so fucking sorry. OLWWA, one lame white woman's apology to every black, brown, and melanated sister and brother. There's more. I'm offering no excuses because there are none. Your fight is my fight. You don't have to believe me. For my fellow lame white women, we have so much work to do. Not performative work, not photo ops, but real, uncomfortable, and necessary work. Not for the accolades, not for the likes and the heart-eyed emojis and the yes queens that we misappropriate. Not for the branding, not for the applause, or the snaps. But thanks anyway. The ending of an apology is the hardest part to write, because it means nothing if it isn't followed by change. And if it's too much, it turns into self-accolades.
Again for Noelle. Noelle, I want to let you know, and as well as Joe Cool, that whole I'm not a poet thing, it doesn't really get by at the open mics. You know, there is like, you know, you got your poets who are like deep into it, who like study, and like, yes, there's a craft to it, absolutely. But like at the end of the day, none of us really know what we're doing. Like, we're putting words together, making it sound good, writing our feelings, expressing ourselves. So if not any other day, today you're a poet. Give it up for Noelle. All right, so we're gonna bring our next poet up to the stage. Let's give it up for Adara.
How's everyone feeling and doing tonight? I'm a little nervous. I write a lot. Everything that like I feel, I tend to put in my writing, and so I'm trying to get more back up on stage and do more poetry out loud for people. And I have two poems. I tend to write in my journal and then between my phone based on whatever I'm feeling at the moment, make sure I write it down. So this first poem I have is Blue Smile. It's just based on recent events going on in the world, and this is a poem about that. Blue Smile. Oh brother, why you gotta cry? Show us your blue smile. That corners up to the books you touch. What an insightful feeling to once know nothing, till your own country saddens your mind, but you feel like broken bones. Strengthen your mind, brother. Don't be tempted by sight, but what you feel doesn't seem right. When the trust becomes two, oh brother, show us your blue smile. A blue smile is worth 1,000 words to describe the pain of cattle on stolen capitalist land. Listening to electric relaxation brings you whole again. After a feeling of defeat, after defeat, after defeat, you retreat, you reclaim, you reimagine. Oh, brother, you've been hurt many times, but can you forgive those you've hurt through the bloodline? Can you forgive another soul so deeply it puts the greed into a heart attack itself? So deeply it could turn into generosity, like a crown we don't physically see, but if we just believe and speak it, the most vulnerable could see it. And when they finally see it, then that's the moment your blue smile becomes 1,000 blue smiles. You smile. Okay, so this next poem I have is based on a longing for someone, it could be for something. And this is something I felt towards a person, and I kind of was just trying to channel more of that just longing feeling. Untitled. I ain't gonna front like I don't miss you, cause you know, girls need love too. Bring me those flowers that brought me to you. A connection brought by two magnetic pulses of the cosmos we manifested in the stars. But when those brown eyes finally meet, the closed door finally opens and in comes a pull of wonder. Magic like no other. Of a possibility that could be very complex, intricate, and sensitive to the point that our choices become like a red rose, beautiful yet hidden within your cautious fingertips. As I collide, your simplicity gets the best of me, and your kisses begin to feel like burning sensations I yearn for day and night. So bring your armor in, cause you the only one I want protecting in my life. Bring me your glasses that make you the Black Superman, so you can strengthen my mind like you do yours. All it takes to dry those crystal tears. You feel them too, just like how I feel them. Every night, my missing tears become tears from my own memory. So I ain't gonna front like I don't miss you, cause you know girls need love too. Poem.
Yeah, you heard it. Why were you nervous? That was beautiful. Give it up one more time for it, girl. I hope y'all don't get tired of clapping, because that's one thing I like as a host is I like my crowds to lead with their hands hurting. We like to show love. So make sure you guys are showing love. I'm going to say that every time I get back up here, is make sure you clap again for the last poet. We are going to get it. And honestly, I do want to say, Adara, I mean this with the utmost respect, that is a thick-ass notebook. You're a writer. You be writing. I'm going to call another writer up to the stage. I think what's cool about coming down to Angry Cow is like every time I'm here, I see a couple poets that I'm not too familiar with. But I'm calling up a poet that I know, I've seen her work. She's a real writer for real. She got bars, as we would say. So let's give it up for Waup.
So you guys notice I don't have my glasses on.
Yeah.
With me. I thought of so many other names when you were introducing. Mine didn't come across, but thanks though.
Hey, you got it, dude.
Surprisingly enough, I have 2 new pieces.
You shit. Yeah.
If I can remember the password to the phone, or at least see the phone.
0347.
That was very close.
I was joking.
Yeah,
Oh.
change that shit now.
Change that shit.
I think it's time to switch my password up.
Yeah.
Okay. So, those of you who know me, those of you who don't, I'm a very aggressive poet. So I tried to bring something that's not as aggressive. What? I'm sorry. I might be lying. Okay. She's lying. I try to experiment with different, expressions, but, it never turns out that way. So the first one is called Buried Apologies. There was once a time I loved you so much that I ate your apologies for breakfast. Wore your I didn't mean it. I was just upset, like flowy suede dresses. Adapted to your flaws if I were the one that had to look them in the mirror. Grew comfortable living in fog stemmed from your chaos, telling lies to myself like one day it'll get clearer. A time where choosing to accept you for who you were was easier than loving me. When I ignored every warning sign in hopes of what we could potentially be. I danced with your lies, made love with your pride, looked your demons in their eyes, all while hurting. Made peace with the fact that I'd never be enough. Bore your seed even after times got rough. Cried after your explosions. Spiraled as you told me sweet little nothings. But it wasn't until you neglected me that I buried your apologies. Poem. That was very peaceful. Let's switch it up.
Yeah, get into it.
That was absolutely
This one is called The Build-Up. I always wondered why rain showers turned into thunderstorms. Why the prettiest flowers has the sharpest thorns. How serenity could easily turn into chaos and a nice breeze into a tornado. I've been learning the hard way that peace is undervalued. That the calmest things are either disrupted or devoured. Laid back you comes off as a coward. But when you finally lean up, they become disturbed by your power. If only they knew that playing with you is like playing Russian roulette. Like a phone call they didn't want to make, they'll probably shit themselves once they don't hear that click. As if you ain't give them 5 chances to dodge that bullet. I guess they'd be ready to die by 6. They'd be quick to judge the explosion, but never the damages that led up to it. They'd be having hopes that the stick will break before the bear, not knowing that the bear rested all winter for this. I always thought that dogs barking was a warning before they attacked, until the loudest nigga in the room turned out to be a bitch. The saying is, pressure creates diamonds. But have you ever seen pressure applied to a zit? What about a volcano erupting? Point is, pressure could be pretty deadly. And so could the karma you get. Mistaking my silence and little to no response as you being safe, not knowing that safes get cracked, is probably the most dangerous shit. I respect you for crashing out in a moment where you felt you had a scene. Just remember to keep the cameras rolling once the credits start rolling in your face. Gambling with your life, I see. So be ready to pay up once the odds get to turn in those tables. I admire you putting on an act to make yourself out to be crazy. But just know you started some shit with someone whose mental is unstable. Difference between your crash out and my crash out, I'll probably end up in a white room in a straitjacket, and you'll probably end up stretched out on somebody's table. Point is, pressure applied in the wrong areas could sometimes be fatal. Wow.
Wow.
Wow. Give it up for her. I told you she got balls. She's been doing this. All right. I got another poet that I'm very familiar with. I hate kissing ass when I'm up on stage. I really do look up to this poet a lot. So I want you guys to make a lot of noise for Rainmaker.
I know him. He was like, I hate kissing ass. I was like, I know that's not me. Q, we were having a conversation, and she had said that her mom used to tell people that they look like homemade sin.
Not exactly. She said some people were ugly as homemade sin.
Ah, gotcha. So, this is the poem.
I like this prompt actually.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Alright. You ugly as homemade sin, baked in a crooked oven inside a thunderstorm using ingredients even regret wouldn't touch. Your face looked like a house where all the mirrors packed their bags and moved out overnight. You got the kind of features that make shadows nervous. The moon saw you once, pulled a blanket of clouds over its head and pretended nobody was home. Your smile crooked like a shopping cart full of bad luck and expired milk rolling downhill to a cemetery looking for directions. Your eyes don't match. First off, if nigga told me my eyes don't match. One look like it owes money, the other looks like it's hiding from a warrant issued by common sense. You so ugly, portraits of you age backwards trying to escape responsibility. Even memories blur themselves on purpose. I seen scarecrows stare at you and suddenly discover self-esteem. A broken gargoyle looked your way, straightened his posture, and whispered, "At least I'm trying." Your face got so many plot twists, every photograph turns into a mystery novel. You look like somebody tried to draw a human while riding a roller coaster through an earthquake. Like destiny sneezed halfway through construction. Like the universe was assembling a puzzle and found 3 pieces under the refrigerator and said, "Good enough." Birds don't fly over your head. They file detours. Rain charges zip codes. The wind circles around you like it forgot where it parked. Your reflection charges rent just for showing up. Even your own shadow walks 3 steps behind you pretending y'all ain't together. You look like the last thought of a tired nightmare. Like a tax form filed out by ghosts. Like somebody ironed wrinkles into your existence. You so ugly when beauty passed you on the highway, it locked the doors. But I'll give you this. You confidence. The kind that only comes from surviving every mirror you ever met. And honestly, that's the most impressive thing about you, because if I woke up looking like that, I'd haunt my own house just to avoid introduction. That's just the shit I've been thinking about.
Right.
I got a filter.
Why? So that's just the thought before even getting pissed off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right. Don't piss you off is the message.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Heard.
What other poem?
I mean, are you letting this?
I got so much.
Bag of bitches. Then why is that? They never like the one you choose.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
This is true. This is absolutely true. Alright. A bag of bitches sat at the edge of the universe like loose galaxies and counterfeit leather. Zipper half open, constellations spilling out in acrylic nails, gold fronts, receipts from liquor stores that only appear at 3:17 a.m. Inside the bag, half-finished prayers, 7 fake phone numbers, a cracked compact mirror reflecting alternate dimensions, perfume thick as ancestral smoke. Baby, this wasn't a purse. This was a black hole with hoop earrings, and every woman inside it moved like a different religion. One had a mouth made of switchblades and Sunday hymns. Another carried heartbreak in the shape of a dragon fruit, pink and impossible to open clearly. One laughed like somebody throwing dice at God's windshield. One kept dead men folded in her back pocket like unpaid parking tickets from previous lifetimes. The bag breathed. You ever seen sorrow inhale? It sounded like heels on wet pavement, like mascara dragged across a pillowcase at noon, like somebody saying I'm fine while your aura coughs blood into the sink. This bag of bitches was holy, not church holy, not kneel and repeat holy. I mean holy like abandoned cathedrals with trees growing through the floorboards. Holy like rusted crowns underwater. Holy like women surviving things that should have turned their skeletons into wind chimes. They carried cosmologies in their lace fronts. One girl braided mercury into her hairline, and suddenly every man she kissed started confessing childhood secrets into ceiling fans. Another wore chaos to like lip gloss. Every room she entered tilted slightly left, gravity forgetting its responsibilities. And me, I stood there holding the straps of the universe while these women climbed in and out of dimensions, arguing about astrology, rent, and revenge, and whether love is just capitalism wearing a heartbeat. The bag got heavier every century, filled itself with survival, with screenshots, with soft rage, with the kind of loneliness that sits in crowded clubs drinking expensive tequila, pretending not to text back on purpose. Somewhere inside a receipt for Eve's first mistake, next to it, a bottle of ambition with somebody else's fingerprints on it. One woman carried the entire funeral inside her laugh. Another swallowed abandonment so often her stomach started speaking fluent ghosts. Still, they danced. Dear God, they danced. Like apocalypse had a DJ. Like grief could be twerked into submission. Like their knees remembered drums older than language. The room bent around them. Men became satellites. Women became mirrors. Time itself loosened its belt and sat down. A bag of bitches. That's what they called it. But language is a cheap hole. Words too small for the tenants inside them, because what is a bitch except a woman sharpened by weather? A woman who swallowed enough disrespect to make her voice grow fangs. A woman tired of being compared to softness when she been tectonic plates since birth. This bag contained civilizations, contained rebirth, contained cigarettes smoking themselves, contained moons with chipped toenail polish, contained every I got home safe text sent through trembling thumbs at 2 a.m., contained mothers, contained daughters becoming storms, little girls hiding entire hurricanes behind glitter backpacks and good grades. At the bottom of the bag, underneath the lint and loose change, was a tiny pulsating sun. Nobody touched it. Everybody knew better. That son was named Rage, middle name Tenderness, last name Don't Push Me. And every now and then, the zipper would crack open by itself, letting out smoke shaped like old lovers and old arguments, old versions of themselves they had to bury alive. You could hear the bag whisper at night. It said, "We were never difficult. We were never too much. Y'all just brought teaspoons to women built like oceans." Then silence. Heavy, velvet, electric, the kind of silence that exists right before lightning remembers its purpose. Peace out. You can find me on Rainmaker Drip. I have a book out called To My Future Wife, which is a collection of love poems. We have a clothing line available. I make hoodies, leggings, sweatpants, tote bags, t-shirts, and socks. I have a sex toy distributor. I have a sneaker line. So, holla at me. And I bake sweet potato cheesecakes.
And continue with the recipe.
Give it up for the businessman that is Rainmaker. Oh man, I just love watching him perform because it's like you gotta hang on to every word and just be there for the ride, man. I was back there like ready to take my shoe off and just, and not in a George Bush type of way, but like I love you, man.
Appreciate that.
Man, Rainmaker. Anyway, I'm gonna call up our next poet, who goes by the absolute best letter in the alphabet.
Yes.
Talk about it.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking.
You already know.
Let's give it up for Q.
First time here, so. Thank you. And it is the best letter, for sure.
Damn straight.
I'm Q, that's Q in the studio, the Q's together. All right, so this piece, I gotta give credit where credit is due. Someone in this room helped me name this. So, because she's here, I'm gonna do this for her. This is called I Must Be Your Villain. I tried to save you, be your hero, and rescue you from the depths you sank to holding concrete grudges against the world. But because I wouldn't let your gripe anchor me to the sinking of your despair, I must be your villain. When my love cannot fit the container that is your trauma, My peace cannot fill the chamber that is your heartache. My healing cannot measure the girth of your ego. My intimacy cannot indulge your insecurities. My truth is too big for your teaspoon of manipulation.
Rewind.
You know you got around me, right?
I'm not scared.
My truth is too big for your teaspoon of manipulation. My authenticity cannot polish the silver lining of your toxicity. Your fake hero was perfectly punctual with platitudes as fresh as Thanksgiving leftovers reheated last night. Your visions of fairy tales told lies about true life, and now you're stuck on stupendous falsehoods that hide authenticity and gaslit conversations. So I must be your villain, because my boundaries will not be stretched by your limits. My freedom is not chained to your attachment issues. My self-worth cannot be soaked in the blood of your possessive grip. My voice cannot be drowned by the belching of your misogyny. My winning is visible through your fog of mediocrity. I could lead you down this path of healing, but you refuse my kindness. My care, you manipulated for your benefit, but no more. I slave for me. I am my own hero, saving myself from tumultuous tempers and terrible testing of my integrity. And all this redemption of myself makes me the villain of your story, because my blessings cannot be deposited to your overdrawn account. My dreams cannot fuel your jets of complacency always ready to crash. My determination won't be broken by your laziness. My triumph cannot be overshadowed by your envy. My success is not the catalyst for your failed endeavors. Keep your character. Keep your story. Keep your vision. And I will keep my villainous ways, saving myself for who deserves my Kate crusade. This piece, I realized literally today, this is now a 20-year-old poem.
Let's go.
The fact that I've kept up with this is amazing. This is called Hate the Game. Cackling creatures of petty despair, smoking, joking witches, spitting red and green hair, jealous bitches whining. Life is unfair. You should be hospitalized, quarantined, suicide watching a psych ward wearing a crooked coat. You're sick and dis-ease mentally, seeking negativity to fill the cavity in your cranium. Contagious with your fakeness. Funny, your phony bone breaks bitterly bristle as success rings vividly on the lips of those around you. You spit spears in speech of infectious tones while the sun shields and protects us from your wretched groans. Intellectuals, sick of themselves, turn into the childlike persona that never quite learned the truth about make new friends, keep the oh no, wait a minute. Some of y'all are too young to know that. I just realized. Make new friends, keep the wine and silver, and the others gold. Grown cold-hearted, can't even recall how it started, but you can't break free. You don't know how to compliment another genuinely. Your conceits conjure pitiful pride in a shallow cauldron, barely bubbling enough wickedness to cast a spell of ill wishes on the greatness that plays and escapes you. For you, fortune, focus, and rivers of friendship zoom, zoom, Zoom right past your any 700 speeds, leaving you choking on envious exhaust fumes. Someone please call 911. The flaming hatred spreading from room to room, house to house, burning the bullshit and sacrificing sincerity. This has been a public service announcement of the Stop the Hating Agency. For more information, please log on to www.stophatingmotherfuckers.com. Hashtag stop hating bitches. Stop hating. Thanks.
I don't know why everyone stopped clapping. Keep it going for Q. The best friend in the gang alphabet. She said stop hating. Yo, what the hell? Anyway, someone laugh before I get uncomfortable. I'm gonna call our next poet up to the mic. The name giver of the first poem that Q did. I believe that's the information I gathered from the interaction. Let's give it up for Mia.
Good evening, y'all. How y'all feeling? Thank you, Ross. I just want to say shout out to Arianna for her talents. I really love your poetry, and hit her up on her social media. She's got a lot of other talents, multifaceted woman. But I don't have titles to my pieces, y'all. And this is a piece that is kind of under construction, but I featured alongside Q, and after that feature, she interviewed all of us, the woman who was hosting interviewed all of us, and one of the questions she asked was, "What do you want to be your legacy?" And so I wrote a poem to that.
Yeah, let's go.
I once was asked, "What do you want to be your legacy?" And I answered, "To be untamed, uncontrolled, undefined, to be hard to understand, but to be worth understanding. I don't want to be contained. I want to be set loose. No knots in my stomach, crawling up my throat, tying my tongue, confining my honesty. I want my freedom to ring loud. Like the weed I smoke, I want my short fuse to eliminate the darkest of minds. I want to be, but not be defined. I want to exist like my hair, foresee and growing and all mine, unconditioned, from mane to tail. I want to be combed through with care and curiosity, but remain untangled, chaos in its entirety, because I bloomed that way, often resistant, because I wasn't groomed that way, but still admired. I want to be inquired about. I want to be desired, but not from the flesh. I want to be dissected by the thoughts that keep me from rest. I want to be picked apart by careful hands and then pieced together again, because they needed to see how I bleed. Not just a book for someone to read, but a lesson in ever-changing breath, sometimes deep, never shallow, but oftentimes stuck in my chest. I want adoration, not the kind that comes from crowds or the attention that comes from being too loud. I want quiet intentions, someone to seek me with true direction. That's that unfinished piece. This one, have you guys ever heard of the phrase like, oh, a daughter's karma is her father's inherited behavior? Like, if your father was a rolling stone and you happen to be a young lady, they often say you inherit that karma. I don't claim that, but I unpacked that in this piece. I have my father's eyes and my mother's smile, which is ironic because my father made my mother cry more times than she smiled, and my father's eyes, they wandered so much he forgot what his home was, and so she took it all with her. Her daughter, his furniture, the son left with her too, which is probably why my dad is always so cold. I always thought it was because he's getting old, but now I'm getting old, and now I look at my reflection and wonder, is my love doomed? I found my mother's Bible, and it had all of her prayers for the times my father failed her, hurt her, convinced her she wasn't worthy, and now I sit here, wiping the tears from his eyes on my face, succumbing to the same isolation my mother said keeps her safe. She didn't know if love could be real, but she believes in it enough for me to feel hopes that I'll give her grandchildren. But I can't even be sure that love is a life source or an entity from which I constantly have to heal. I know what love should look like. It looks like remembering her favorite meal, or her favorite game show, Deal or No Deal, rolling a blunt at the end of his day, or giving her some flowers, a hand-picked bouquet, massages, shared laughs, inside jokes, paragraphs, love letters, poems. Love is a verb. It carries energy, not a noun that holds identity but an action, must be carried out, not to perfection but with thoughtful intentions. You must think of me. Your mind should be a safe space for me to be. If you'd even care to venture into my mind, you'd see I'm struggling to breathe, drowning. But I'll always save me. I just wanted you to be somewhere dry to land. Someone who doesn't have to think about it, just knows when to hold my hand. Kiss me like I'm the most enchanting creature you've ever seen. See me in the details. Memorize my moles. Lose yourself in my eyes. No longer my father's because they don't wander anymore. Be embraced by my belly laughter. No longer my mother's smile because these teeth don't grin and bear it anymore. Be the safe space my parents couldn't be for each other, for me. Don't hurt me. So I had to use my father's habits. Don't disrespect me. And I won't release my mother's cruel tactics because I know pain. I know how to piece together a rainbow with these bloody shards in the rain, but I want my love golden and not at the end, not gory. I want to feel safe when I think of you in the dark, but being vulnerable in romance feels like bleeding in front of these sharks. These people are hungry, greedy, possessing insatiable desires. They don't seek passion or connection. They hide behind their unspoken confessions. I hear them in all of the distance, the times where affections curdled into something different, the shift when another enters the ring, thinking I'm unaware because I don't flinch when something stings. I smile like my mother. It's a blessing and a curse to be her child, methodical, always in her head, internalized everything so she could keep her kids fed. I'm her now, starving my inner child of all that affection, constantly seeking it from the wrong places. I'm never going in the right direction. My father's eyes, again, wandering, looking. Thank you, guys.
Again for Mia. You heard Arianna over there, she said, I'm her now. I'm her now.
Like when you said that, like I sat in it and I was like, you know, like it was.
Thank you.
I think my favorite line was, I want my love to be golden and not the end. I was like, oh. Yeah, I was like, oh, yeah, let it be everlasting, please. Wow. Oh, Mia! Ah! Anyway, I'm not gonna, again, I don't like to be up here ass kissing. But I am.
It's a thing when writers write.
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Yeah. Look, man, we got some writers in the room. Everyone has done absolutely incredible time. Give it up for yourselves real quick. Because the poetry in the room from our Lansing to Mia has been absolutely incredible. You guys have been doing this. I needed this. So thank you all for sharing your poetry so far. We got a couple more poets. I'm not rounding anything out. I just, you know, I just gotta show the love real quick. Speaking of love, I don't like to play favorites. But this next poet, I'm not gonna throw the poet word out there because that's political and all that stuff. But this is one of my favorite.
When did that become political?
Right. But this is one of my favorite people of all time. I love her dearly. Aww. So please make all the noise you can for I forget what name you put on there. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say the poet name, Mosaic.
When you were talking about me, I was like, I don't know anybody else.
See, he does that. Though.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Where do I get the dress before you?
You look good.
Thank you. Thank you. It was supposed to be an outfit change like 3 weeks ago, and it's been in the backseat of my car, and I ain't like my outfit. So I changed in the car on the way here. Pretty sure some guy saw.
Give it up for the outfit. Give it up for the decoration.
Okay, Noelle, I love you. You aren't lame at all. You can call whoever else what you want to. You aren't lame, but you definitely made me think of a poem, and then I'll get like personal afterwards.
Alright.
But I am interested in a white man, and you made me think of that because I wrote this poem. Love you, Queen, and all y'all other kings. Please don't mind me. I have a headache. Okay. It's called Sorry Ancestors. Please don't think too harshly about that. Okay. As pretty as I know his moms would be, I don't want my ancestors to look at me crazy. I like a white man. I like that he runs his fingers through his hair with no resistance. He always does it to push it out his face and it comes right back. It's mesmerizing. He does it often. My family calls him State Farm.
Pause. Unpack that shit.
His name is Jake.
It writes itself. Well played.
State Farm, who would you?
Khaki. Okay. My family calls him State Farm. My sister calls him Khakis. I try not to call him white boy because I throw a fit if I heard him say black girl, but it is true. So it depends on the context. You still gotta be careful. I've asked him multiple times how he feels about domestic violence. I've checked his closet for bodies. It's just a collection of very nice clothing. Sometimes he let me choose it. He looks good either way. State Farm makes me believe in insurance. I used to think that the industry was just out to get me. Take whatever I've got to give and leave it behind. I was biased against State Farm. I don't act or move like I do, but there is an entire fearful section of my mind that they will do as I've seen in historical insurance books. I don't want to ever be in a position where I regret getting the insurance. I don't want to be hurt by it. But State Farm makes me believe in insurance, that there are really just some good insurance agents around. Thank you.
Steady up there, a few more.
I've been trying to get real connected back to poetry, so I've been responding to prompts. So there was this one prompt that says, "What is your current mental state?" And I couldn't fucking write it because it's leaning. But yeah, I figured we just gonna write about that it's fucking everywhere. Okay, what is your current mental state? I'm a little bit of everything right now. A yin and yang mixed with good stuff and bad shit. I'm not okay, but it is easy to put a smile on my face, but I have the mental state of a contradiction. I feel like walking confusion, like I'm calmly in the eye of the storm, but I'm also the storm. I'm the barn that has been swept away, but I'm also the one cow that was left standing. I'm the one in the straitjacket, but I'm also the psychiatrist. I'm both the doctor and the patient. I'm the cancer and the chemotherapy. I have the affliction, but I also have the method to fix it. I have the spirits of a balloon in the sky, but also of an anchor sunk to the bottom of the ocean. I'm the smiling clown face and the frown on a purge mask. I'm the high, but I'm the headache. I'm the fifth of liquor, but I'm also the hangover and the alcohol poisoning. I'm a pair of socks, but one has a hole in it and the other is perfect. I'm the shoe you have and the one you're searching for that you won't find. I'm the outfit you imagined in your head and the one you actually wore outside. I'm the one side of your head that's done being braided and the other side that looks like Frederick Douglass. I'm the do-rag and the person that doesn't know how to tie it. I'm the silk press and the heat that will quickly undo it. I'm the fist, but I'm also the dented punching bag. I'm the experienced coach and the newbie in need of lessons. I'm the fighter, but I'm also the audience member. I'm the bruise and the ice pack applied to it. I'm either one or the other or one right before the other. Sometimes I'm both. To be honest, I am all over the place. I'm working towards a time where everything makes sense, but for now, I'll just say that I'm a mixture of good stuff and bad shit. And that's my final answer. Thank you.
That's the final answer. Give it up for Mosaic.
Shout out to Jake and the khakis.
Are you in good hands? I hope so. Apparently she is. Well, I hope you are. I hope you are.
Your family called him State Farm. I was like,
On behalf of Jakes everywhere,
you know what I'm saying?
I hope you're in good hands.
That was.
All right, y'all. We got two more poets before. Y'all want to hear Arianna again?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
I would hear. Y'all, do y'all want to hear Arianna?
Yeah.
Well, we got two more poets on the way. So I'm gonna call our last poet after I call this poet because it just feels like the right thing to do. but this poet right now. Let's give it up for Q the student. I'm gonna do this poem because I was having a conversation with Ed earlier, and we were talking about music, and it made me think about this poem. My dad is in a blues band. He's a drummer in a blues band. So this is a poem I wrote about that.
Okay. Poems about parents being interesting.
Right. And it's funny because they're always. It's Sunday afternoon. Those 4 old guys who hang out in the basement should probably be coming over soon. They spend hours just drinking brews and smoking funny cigarettes or whatever grown-ups do. I think they're a band. But I just know them as 4 old friends of the drummer man, one who plays the guitar, another who plays a bigger guitar. He's the drummer man's brother, one who sings, and one who pulls a bunch of strings on a tiny metal table, and there's a naked lady on the side of the box it comes in. To be honest, I think it's awesome. Walking into the basement is like crossing into a different dimension and getting a taste of all the things not discussed at the kids' table. The drummer man calls it the blues. But I usually think of it more as red, because that's the color of the living room floor, and when I lay there with my ear to the ground, something about the force of the amps, the chords and chants that come out when they try to sing makes my heart do the same. I could kill time with cartoons and video games, but I choose to stay there all day and melt into the magic being made. I can feel the floor shake. Some days I try to hold it still just to say that I could. And if it's the hardwood floor of the kitchen instead, I just stomp back at the noisy neighbors downstairs. At one point, I learned how to do it on beat. My feet don't just keep up anymore, they almost seem to set the pace. There's rhythm in the rafters, a pulse in the plumbing chase. The cabinets swing open and closed with the same cadence, and together, the whole house makes music. It's the truest form of Sunday service I can say I've been to, so each week I spend the last few moments praying it never ends, but of course at some point it always does. They pack up all the love in those shiny cases they brought it in and take it with them, probably to share it with their families. It's only fair they get some too, and at the end of the day, down in the basement, with a little more room to move, the drum set still stands. And I get to play around and pretend to be the coolest one in the whole band, the one who sets the tone, the heartbeat to every song, the drummer man, or as I call him most of the time, Dad. And then I thought of this poem. I wanted to do this poem just because it's on the topic of family. So this is for my little sister. Also, this is a response to a question. A poem to a question. A friend of mine asked why my best poems are unfinished. And I thought of how my grandmother died months before my little sister was born. I thought of how I didn't remember much of her physical presence, only the scent of fresh-cut French fries the day after our final goodbye. I remember asking my mother if Grammy was coming back. I remember her saying no. I remember playing her little game, nodding in agreement, and returning to my turkey sandwich knowing I would one day soon see Grammy again. The date of her passing escapes me. Calendars were as foreign a concept to me as death was at the time. So too were moments of silence. So too were places not meant for playtime. Apparently, her funeral was both of those things. I was allowed to cry, as long as I didn't let the tears fall on Grammy's cheeks. We didn't want to ruin her makeup. Shared memories don't paint her as the type of woman to get dolled up, but I did learn that she made her own. Before she left her favorite project, a prediction, a blue-eyed brunette portrayal of a prodigy, her best guess of what baby girl would look like when she arrived. She was wrong. Baby came out blonde, with brown-colored rounds as deep as Grammy's love, one open, a wink, a bashful reminder that baby will break Grammy's rules, but never the bond. Even before birth and beyond cold blood, nighttime would rock-a-bye baby and I right by a collection of Grammy's creations. Ceramic faces, synthetic hair synthetic hair and wash rags laced together to make Gerber-sized garments. American Girl couldn't keep up with Grammy. They basked in her absence. Her last class of plastic not playthings fastened themselves to a shelf outside the bedroom where the door was always left cracked open. I was afraid of the dark. The doll's eyes always kept a safe watch over us as we slept. My little sister in the bunk beneath me. Like Grammy, her real name is Mary too. As she grew, so too the bedroom became a memorial, a moment of silence, a place not meant for playtime. I was allowed to cry, as long as I didn't let any tears fall on Mary's cheeks. Anyway, beyond that, we're gonna call up our last open mic poet of the night. The man, the myth, the legend, the one who makes all this happen. Let's give it up for Keith Allison.
Thanks, y'all. How you doing?
Yes.
I was not supposed to be here tonight. I was supposed to be in Chicago. It would have been the first time in 4 years of this monthly event that I would have missed, and I was really sad about that, and I got Q in the stew to host for me. Give it up for Q. And then I got shingles, and work said stay home. Yay! So I ended up coming. Now, I've been trying to keep my distance. If you've not had chicken pox or the vaccine for chicken pox, don't touch my face tonight, please, for your own sake. Otherwise, we should be good. Air transmission is extremely rare anyway, but I am trying to mask up just to be extra cautious, but not when I'm reading on the mic. I think I'm keeping you all safe, but I'm trying my best. So yeah, the first one I'm going to read is a new one. A couple of you have heard this, but I've written it since the last time I was here, and unlike some people I know, if I write one new poem from the month, then I'm doing pretty good. This is a response. A friend of mine posted on Facebook, and it was shared to someone else. It wasn't their own thinking, but it was a shared meme. It was, it's not oat milk. It's a beverage made by enzymatically processing the oat starch, and it's not vegan cheese. It's coconut oil, modified starch, titanium dioxide pressed into a slice. So I'm trying to show that vegan food is unnatural. And you're drinking the baby food of another species. If you want to talk about unnatural, we're all eating fucking Doritos. They're not growing on trees. You can eat what you want, but this is bullshit. So I responded back. And I'm going to pull this up because I may or may not be able to do this from memory.
Oh shit, I thought that was the poem. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, we was in
Did
it.
you hear the sound?
We was in it.
Thank you. It's not milk. It's impregnated mothers. It's stolen babies. It's not milk. It's cow baby food. For a calf missing their mother or missing their heartbeat. It's not milk. It's growth hormones, antibiotics, blood, and an acceptable amount of pus. It's not milk. It's a system of suffering hidden beneath a goofy-ass white mustache. It's not milk. It's deception. It's denial. It's delusion. It's not milk. At least not ours. Alright, so I guess we're on this theme. We're going to do one more here because I know what I was going to do, and this is what I've got. This was another response. I don't think I've read this one in quite a while here. Maybe since you've been coming. This was another response. This one more directly. When you're out there talking about the shit we do to animals, people like to believe that, we're going to treat them so nicely. And so your Angry Cow Poetry, and I got tagged by a rancher on my Instagram, and this is the response. When you kill cows, yet are offended to be perceived as a killer. To the rancher who tagged me in their video asking if their cows looked unhappy, I responded, Show me a video of their slaughter and we'll see. Footage never arriving. An abusive boyfriend can always find a photo of her smile. Can always pick the moments when she doesn't see the danger in his eyes, the times when his touch is gentle, the calms before the storm. The image conveniently framed to crop out the terror. Those moments of trust when she doesn't yet see the harm in your eyes. Almost there.
Got it.
An illusion of happiness, easily digested. A photo of the wall before the fist smashes the plaster. A photo of the cow before the bolt smashes the brain. Before the screams. Before the blood. Before the silence we all knew was coming. It's weird just sitting there during this event. I mean, running the camera, but appreciate you. Thank you, Rachel. I knew you were planning to do the camera for me. I don't want to take away your role. Do you want to tell them about the picture? Or you want me just to do this?
Go ahead, man.
Okay. So, as the regulars here know, and I love seeing lots of regulars in the room. I love seeing some folks jump on the mic for the first time who've been here before, coming in more recently. Some folks coming in for the very first time. I know we shared lots of space together, but I'm so glad you're here at this one. So before we get our amazing feature back up, I'm so glad I did your feature. We're going to get a photo right by Rachel and Arianna on that wall behind the mural there. So gather around, unless you don't want to be in a photo. We would love to have you, whether you're on the mic or not.
We'll let you guys settle back in. And then we'll make you clap again to get those hands ready.
Oh, shout this out again, because this is light right now.
Yeah, so we got again, y'all, we got a tip bucket up at the front. We like to make sure that our features are taken care of. So make sure you guys go ahead and throw something in that bucket for Arianna up there, please. But yeah, you guys want to get back into the show?
Yeah.
Okay, before we get back into the show, let's make some noise for all the poets that came up tonight. Another great open mic hosted by Angry Cow Poetry, as always. And here to round out an incredible show, an incredible poet. Give it up again for Arianna Cheree.
Hello again.
Hey.
Okay, so I want to start off this closing I've set with thank you, my friend Nandi. So I was having an awful day today, and I tried to make it better, and it was just like, nah, you got this. It was a real endurance test, like so much so that I was like in the bathroom, like crying, and I see my phone ring, which I put on Do Not Disturb. But Nandi pushed through, amen. And the phone rings, and she's like, "Hey, girl, you're smart." She was like, "You think critically," and we had an entire conversation about thinking critically and not letting bullshit out of us, and how what was a lot of stuff. Basically, about how people aren't thinking critically because we're relying too much on electronics and convenience, and so if it's given to us and we don't have to work for it, like we would have to have like secondary sources, primary sources, literary journals. Like our biggest threat was Wikipedia.
Right.
Like it was different, and it kind of pulled me out of my funk, because let me think critically. Like this shit, it's nothing, you know. Like I can have a good day, so. I want to thank Nani, and I feel like, and I want to thank y'all too. I love the poetry. I feel like I got a glimpse of y'all business, because I'm locking it in here, and I feel like it definitely helped pull me out, because I got to be in y'all feeling, because you pulled me into what you felt when you were writing that, so I didn't have to be in my feelings. So thank you. Okay, I'm going to do a poem because it'd be weird not to.
True story.
Okay. I'm going to just end the book because this isn't fashion, this is a visual impairment. So I'm going to So, years back, I was really into protests. Are you really into it? I participated in expressing my resistance to the buffoonery in my community. And the protest was more than just the marching and the speeches and the fearing for our lives and pepper spray and prayers and last minute checks with our parents and leaving our IDs and a debit card so we can get bail money. It was also poetry and how I consumed it and how it came out. So this is when the ground covered your body. It happened again. The vultures make rounds around my neighborhood gluttonous, waiting on their next meal. In this country, everywhere there is mourning. Most of us are covered in rage and survival when asked why. We explain that we've been dressed for a funeral that will one day be ours. We watch you watch us. See black boys becoming famous for something other than rap and basketball. See hashtags where black girls used to be. See black people vanish. We were never here. Okay, I'm gonna do this poem because it kind of bookends what I just said, and then I can't wait to say about the next poem. Okay, but this poem is cool too. So you gonna, I feel like I didn't do it justice. All right, so this poem, this poem took the longest for me to write. I want to say it took me about a year to write it. And all of my art, because I was a middle child, they forgot about me, so they forgot to tell me I couldn't do stuff. So that's why I'm good. I do a little bit of everything because of that. So shout out to y'all. Neglect. All right. So what was I talking about? Thank you. I always put teeth in all of my art. Like when I draw, I like to do a lot of surrealism. It's in one of these books. I'll show you. And you can also buy one for $5. Again, I do take food stamps, Cash App, bartering, PayPal, Venmo, laundry, mainly the dishes, and a chicken head dance battle. Or if you could teach me how to hold the pencil when I drop it and pick it up to make the beats, you can have one of each. Because I've been trying to learn that since the 5th grade, and I have yet to master that situation. But I always put teeth in everything, teeth and clocks. I'm not sure what that resonates with me, and I feel like I was trying to piece that together with this poem. And then the poem is important because you'll see. And this is a response poem. There's a theme here, guys. I'm just saying. Okay. In response to the question, why don't you smile anymore? When your tooth falls out.
Do you want me to raise that?
It's tall.
Right.
When your tooth. It's my allergies, that wasn't. Alright, focus.
Is that to us or to you?
That's select all that apply. Okay. In response to the question, why don't you smile anymore? When your tooth falls out, no one really cares but you. The mouth fills with saliva, the frantic tongue unsure of where to go. When another tooth falls out, you tell your doctor your mouth hurts, that your grin is different. Notice how the mouth collapses into itself instinctively. You keep your lips pressed. Can't afford another loss or a crooked smile. Then a man thinks himself tooth fairy, collects each bone, a composite sketch to construct the perfect smile. A black woman disappears. And no one really cares but us. The space between their whereabouts and last breath fills with ignored police reports with women who have not come home. When another black girl goes missing, you tell the men dressed in sirens and body cams to help. Know that the teeth could have been saved if they were deemed worth saving, if the dentist understood how the teeth shape the mouth, how it grieves the missing, how it continues to ache even when closed, the tongue paces from cheek to cheek, believing for a dental miracle, while the medical professionals suggest a full extraction. Notice how the black community collapses into itself. They keep their lips pressed instinctively. Can't risk an altered storyline. A fracture in a jawbone can't save a hoe unless she a hoe first. Can't be a victim unless she addicted to disappearing black women. Shouldn't be graveyards of chip teeth. Women infamous for how they didn't survive the uprooting. The pulling of teeth is killing us. We wonder why the mouth won't heal. I can't bring myself to smile, can't afford to lose another black girl. Blood spills. Not surprising though. It's to be expected after a routine procedure. So when I was getting into poetry, my start was really like Def Poetry Jam, and I was just, I just thought I knew what I was doing because I saw Jamie Foxx do it with a scarf, you know, and I was like, oh, I got a scarf. That's that. We all make mistakes. So during that time, when I transitioned from like just kind of watching it to writing my notebook to public speaking to open mics, I started going to writing workshops. And writing workshops is beautiful because you become a better writer not only when you write but when you read, like when you take that stuff in, and also when you are exposed to other artists. So like this was a workshop.
Yeah.
Everybody had like a nice writing prompt in their pieces. And y'all are poets. I just want to read it. But okay, so I went to a writing workshop, my very first workshop, and I did a personification poem. So you have persona poetry. No, this was persona poetry. Personification would be when I wrote a perspective of an inanimate object. I got it. I'm with you. Okay, so the writing restrictions that I was given for this poem was that I was in the age group of like fourth to sixth grade, and I had to write in a haiku. So this was my very first poem and attempt at persona poetry. And I haven't done this poem in like some people, some lifetimes took place. Maybe like 17. It's been some years, but the poem really taught me how to like step into a moment, to become the character, so you can feel what I feel, so you can connect. So if I want you to cry, you gonna cry. If I want you to, you know, like it's to move somebody. Otherwise, it's just a book report, and we all uncomfortable. So, all right, let me see. I know.
Right now.
So I thought a haiku. So a haiku is 5 syllables in a line, 7 syllables, 5 syllables. I thought it was 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, 7. So I was incorrect. So the poem is called "Shaken Love and Broken Haiku."
You gotta know the rules to break the rules.
Come on now. You gonna get you a book for free. I need to practice this. Let me
Take your time.
We're gonna split. Be parched. The character ain't parched. She's just going through something. If it doesn't sound good, we will blame inflation. If it does sound good, then you can get some merch. I'm just saying. Okay. Mommy don't like me. She said I wasn't no good. 'Cause I used bad words, stopping bullies from yelling. Called her a B word. 'Cause she got no husband here. Felt all heated, yeah. So I took my left foot and kicked him in his private parts. Called him an ugly sucker and made him cry lots. So mommy took my ice cream, said I was stupid, costed it us money, got expelled from school. She says it's 'cause I was enraged. Gets it from devil. Never knew I was evil. But Dad called me special. Got talent in my anger. Got to control it. But Daddy not here. Mommy a B word, 'cause she don't care about me. Don't even like me, hate my disability, make me mad and stuff. I just want to fit in school. But CMSD don't like people like me. Mom said to hide it. This talent ain't accepted. Trying to be her, what she wanted me to be. Stupid, dummy, bad. I tried to play parts good. Not what she wanted. Can't make her happy no more. Dimples look shallow. She forgot how to smile. I'm her consequence. Accidental regret. Pushing sorries in her cheeks. So in smiles I'm forgiven. Shake baby syndrome. Forced to love in haiku. Dad loved in absence. Couldn't take the guilt. Hope she can love past her loss. With cracked syllables in 5-7-5.
Let's go.
And then I learned about Jesse Parent, who is one of my favorite writers. He does a lot of persona writing. So I have a lot of poems where that's not the point. I'm actually trying, I have a writing workshop on, which I have the Google Doc if anybody wants it. I will send it to you before I leave today.
Yeah.
On writing in the perspective of a cartoon character,
okay.
but a side character. It can't be the main character.
Yeah.
I got dibs on Helga from Hey Arnold, and I got Miss Frizzle. Well, maybe not Miss Frizzle, maybe the bus. I don't know. Y'all.
I wrote a Mortal Kombat poem, so.
I'm gonna need to hear that. I need to hear that. Okay. So I kind of want to like revamp that a little, but I like that it's kind of like an artifact in my poetry.
Museum.
Thank you, because the words weren't coming to me. They weren't. Only what I wrote down right here.
Come on.
Okay. All right, we're gonna do this poem. So at one point, the person I probably should have stabbed, well, not the one I should have stabbed, the one I should have cut, the person that is fortunate to have not been harmed by my impulsive, creative, reactive, sharp objects. At one point, I didn't hate her, and I wrote this poem. So he said, "I'm gonna marry you one day," and the hairs on the back of my neck start dancing. His eyes, big brown, sad eyes, smile a little. Can't hold water, can't hold back. Broke me down, spread me out on this bed, wrapped me up like he got me, because he does. He said, "This is forever," but he don't know this feeling alters storylines. A spark lit between us. Shit gets loud, but we don't mind until we do, until he say he fine. Sometimes his eyes, his big brown eyes stay sad, say tired, say brown eyes, a black boy seen shit and can't say. Wants forgiveness for things I love him for. It makes my sad eyes smile. Don't hold water, never holding back. So I was going to, I had a plan, okay? These things were creased, so let me go back to the crease plan, okay. So I like a lot of sci-fi shows. Does anybody watch Vampire Diaries?
Yeah.
Okay.
And the original.
And the originals, okay. So this, okay. Let me. So Bonnie Bennett. Okay, that's all you need to know. An ode to Bonnie Bennett. Ode to Bonnie Bennett, or How Not to Be the Donor Friend, or Ode to the Ashes of Salem, or Ode to the 92%, or Ode to the Black women who are everything to everything but a Black woman. The idea is that the author of the story is not the main character. The plot is sacrifice. The plot is Black. The plot doesn't change because the audience don't know how to adjust to reality. That's why there's a script, words repeated like a spell, like a punishment, like the revolution will not be televised, but the death scene will be 3 minutes too long. Protagonists dress in convenient discourse in need of something that we have, a lineage of blood, sweat, and power Phasmotos. Ancestors summon, fail to dead our spirits, so you try to dead our language, you call on us. Torches in hand, beckoning us to save you. Like you don't see, we are already on fucking fire. Okay, since y'all rocking with the sci-fi vibe, I feel like this is the safe space. Bam, writing a book. All right, walk with me. Get your shoes on. All right, so 4 angels somehow leave heaven, end up on earth, reunite in a criminal psych ward, save the world, okay? All right. There's a lot here. I know. That's why it's not written down yet.
Listen, I'm a fan of Afrofuturism, so you know.
Okay, so I would love to share something with you. So I'm gonna give you a little backstory, and I'm gonna give you a story. And then we're gonna see if y'all rock with it. Okay? And if you're not rocking with it, lie. Thank you. All right, so real sensitive. All right, the gummy is wearing off. All right. All right. So this character is a Nephilim, and so a Nephilim is half angel, half human.
Right.
Point of view of heaven, an abomination, and needed to be wiped out during the flood.
Right.
Hence causing Noah's Ark and a bunch of babies that should have been putting their daddies on child support, but God smited them, so they kind of got out of it. Pretty convenient, but whatever. All right. So this character is a Nephilim who cannot die. He is on earth, and the angels, heaven does not know that he survived because they just figure he died out in the flood. So this character is navigating modern times.
Supposedly, there are still Nephilims on Earth. Supposedly.
Exactly. And I just decided to see, what would have happened if this will end up in a criminal psych ward? Talk about it. Okay, so, but I got a twist. But if I tell you the twist, you know, it's like when you get the whole movie on Tubi with the little video on TikTok, and you're like, well, damn. And then you got that same comment, what movie is this? What movie is this? Like this. So I don't want to do that to y'all. This is just the first draft. And I've never shared it with anybody, so that I feel the safe space. So. I come from the weirdest place. It's old, cold, and warm at the same time. I don't know how to explain it. Things are different now. Everything is fast, quick. Somehow people are wasting time by trying to save time. In the old world, it was open, the air thinner. Music came from hands and mouths, and food came from desire. My mother loved me. She smelled like lavender. I don't remember my father. But I have to come from one to be here, right? One day I was escaping the chatter of my people in the caves, and then it was silent for a very long time. For a while, it was just me. Time is crazy when you think about it. Your mind remembers what it needs to. My mother used to sing to me. She would tell me not to share things with other children. Always give away, never alone. She taught me how to cook, but she never told me we need to know how to swim. I fell in love a few times. I have this thing where I just understand how people feel. All the loves of my life have told me I see and validate their feelings. I thought everyone did that. Officer clarifies, where do you live? And that's the... I'm trying to build writing a book is so hard because there's more pages. It's like y'all don't have enough, and then you story arc, and so then I think about when I was yelling about character development when I was binging Supernatural, maybe I should lower my voice, perhaps the shit ain't that easy, I'm watching logs, okay, let me take some notes, and so
you're like, yeah, lazy writers.
Yeah, that's a lot of words, so hopefully, okay, I will have this. And you guys will be able to read it.
You will.
Yeah. So, stuff. Okay. I know I have more words to say because I was homeschooled. So, it's kind of my thing. All right. So I wrote this poem around the time. All right. Let me go back. So yesterday I went to the Sparrow's Fortune Poetry Unplugged collaboration at the university situation on Magnolia. I was there.
University Circle.
Thank you. I caught the bus. I should have known that. Yes, and Just Cuz, amazing poet, was breaking down the poem he was about to write and about how we use people's last words and we memorialize that. And profit off of it, and how it may not affect us directly, but we're getting tins, we're getting accolades. People are praising us for wearing I can't breathe merch, but he still can't breathe. So I say that in mind of when I wrote this poem. So I wrote this poem. It's called The Trauma Porn Section on Netflix Harasses Black People.
Let's go.
And so this poem was around the time Breonna Taylor was murdered. And it was around the time where at this point it was a memorization game of learning all the names of people who are dying, being killed, and we're just business as usual. I still got to clock in type. And this was also around the time when Netflix would just get all the trauma porn movies, 12 Years a Slave, something Lynch. I don't know. It just wasn't good. It wasn't good, and those were so accessible. But this is how they wanted us to celebrate Black History Month with me getting Does that seem like a good time? What are we doing? So this is that poem, but I got cotton mouth, so I'm gonna drink some water, and then we gone. 1 second. I thought we were doing the long one, when they really keep you on hold. They keep saying, thank you for your patience. I'm not patient. Okay. Come one, come all. Watch in amazement. Black folk are so entertaining when you don't hang them immediately.
Talk about it.
Replace lynch mob with picnics. Then picnics with human petting zoos. Replace Hottentot Venus with clown and that circus of bystanders filming the death of a body that mirrors my body. replaced Negro spiritual for 12 years a slave, and now the trauma porn section on Netflix continues to harass black people. It's one thing to be buried. It's another for my homegoing to morph into a movie trailer. The business of black bodies has been feeding Hollywood for years. A glutton for blood and melanin. Netflix, like every streaming service, doesn't see Black Lives Matter as a movement, but as a marketing tool. Call it a plot twist, a docuseries, a blueprint on how to get away with murder and still cash a check. PTSD is much more profitable when there are commercial breaks. That's why the news outlets cycle our inductions to the ground. These white folks create scripts about the black experience, studied us like Jane Goodall in The Fucking Wild. In retrospect, those who can't do, teach. And those who are not black, appropriate, observing my plight as character development like they know me. The one with all that grief, all that aggression in her mouth. When the white writers don't know what to do with the black character, they kill them off. There goes the art imitating life again. Call it a pilot episode. Call it a limited series. Call a spade a fucking spade. Black money matters. Despite our lives being collateral damage, black dollars matter. As long as our subscription is renewed, black life be myth, be retold till it becomes fable, be lazy writing, be convenient, black death be viral. As white supremacy favors the algorithm and its world's #1 content creator, be easier to fund and film a problem than it is to fix the problem. Hulu expects praise for the documentary on the death of Breonna Taylor, and this is justice. This is a streaming royalty. Black women stay supporting cast until lead role means suspects. Watch Hollywood attempt to turn Orlando Brown into an erasure poem. The Museum of Trauma Porn is profits, not progress. Only one requires actual work. Okay, do you want to hear the Lot's Wife poem? Or, no, you're okay? Okay, yes. Let's do that one. Y'all weren't feeling it. It's cool, it's cool.
Whatever you got.
It's fun. Okay, well, I can tell you the poem I've been trying to write. I'll tell you the title of it. Y'all can do what you want with it. I think I got something. Yeah. If Ryan Coogler wrote the script to my revenge against my rapist. The room is dark. A finger sits beside a body. A liquid spills. And that's all I got.
All right.
I'm coming. Okay, that's kind of sad, but not really sad. And we talked about that. That took place as well. Okay. I'm gonna read it and it's gonna make sense. You don't get it. But again, I'm gonna take a swing. You already know this poem because I sent it to you to help me edit. It did take you like 4 days because
that's how it happens sometimes.
Yeah, but I had to like casually, aggressively, but directly, gently and passionately on the smooth side, hit you up on Instagram and be like, hey, check that email. And then,
you will always have to do that. Do not rely on the email with me.
Y'all hear it. I mean, he's letting you know now.
No.
He'll email you.
You can message me. You can text me. Tell me you sent me an email and I'll go check.
Bears know what it's like to be seen in parts and not a living being. Bears can relate to being in a zoo. Paraded by men who have taken dominion over another body knows entrapment. That captivation and captivity are two different things. In the rare occurrence that I was harmed by a bear, the bear would not revel in my death. The bear would not deny its transgression or participate in an apology tour where the truth came out, tell me it loves me, and maul me again. Won't record a podcast with his bear friends and ask, why would a woman go to the woods if not to taste my claws? Get play-by-plays on Reddit and call it a sex kink. won't take selfies next to my main corpse, log on to social media and trigger my PTSD, understand the word no, and devour me anyways. The likelihood of a man attacking a woman is 1 in 3. The last time a woman was harmed by a man was probably yesterday or 2 minutes ago. The last time a woman had to prove it is always a bear has teeth, non-retractable claws. A man will have untrained fury with an inability to respect boundaries. My former poetry coach turned his students into persona pieces, erasures of evidence, edited their poems and marveled at how all of our lines were broken. Andrew for him threw acid on this girl's face because she wanted to break up and he wanted to break her. Renamed the attack an accident. Cassie filed a lawsuit against Sean Combs detailing years and years of abuse, and we watched him rebrand as Brother Love while altering his past with a Diddy crap. Daystar Peterson shoots Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. The people demanded proof of the victim and nothing of the villain. The discourse of men wanting women's bodies and not the soul attached to it is a normal phenomenon. Yet we still question if the woman would rather be stuck with a bear or a man. Either way, I'm trapped. But I'm still choosing the fucking bear. Woo! Y'all clap too fast. Hold on. Wait. That was perfect timing. Okay, so. Okay. I'm gonna do this poem because I like the name of the poem, and then I got one last poem.
Alright.
Okay.
I love you. Good night. Sorry, I wanted to say that. You're doing amazing. I'll come back next week when I can forge your book. I love the queen.
I have dishes ready. Don't you worry. I got borax in it.
Autograph my baby. I don't have a baby.
In this economy, you shouldn't.
Honestly, can't be my dog.
I have it. So this is again so my books, I have 3 different versions of Black Girl Problems because I've been going through different problems. So if you were to get one, you all wouldn't get the same version. So
That's fine.
yeah. But again, you do have the lighters too that you can tap and hear the audio to. And I went all the way to the library, recorded in the studio, and I tapped on it, and I was like, yeah. And I edited that out of the audio, but I'm just saying, if the lighters are $10. Okay. So this is one of my other Black Girl endurance poems. Black Girl Sings a Lullaby. Black girl preys on self. Black girl vulnerable to any light, there is always something reminding us that we dark, that we be different, that black and women can't be explained, that the black woman must be explained. Black girl only beginnings be in slavery. Black girl got slave skin, got shackled body, somebody else's body, this kidnapping of a soul, the hijacking of self. Black girl kissed the black boy once. Black boy called her beautiful and she believed him. Black boy touched me with 2 well-rehearsed hands, apologetically, as if loving a black girl requires vindication. Black girl tired. Because Tyler Perry dresses as a black woman attempts to tell our story with satire and male privilege in the camera, because grief is human, because of underrepresentation in the media, because I still body shame to beat them to it, because I could keep going. Black girl puzzled. Because now it's okay to be natural, to love myself, to be myself. Because you can have a perm, but we can't have relaxers, because Horizon Science Academy prohibits Afro puffs, because basketball wives is how they really see us, because we refer to ourselves in derogatory slurs, sip between drinks and complain when we can't pronounce our names, because we don't require them to pronounce our names correctly, because they wear this culture like a fashion accessory, like code switching flesh, be shattered wake of a woman spilling out of bed, be put back together with duct tape, because I could keep going. Black girl be restless, black girl be fed up, be war, be skin made of warning shots, be army of fists, be moving to the sounds of a lullaby. Every black girl sings to herself. Okay, I the set with, or I started, my first poem was about my mom poem. So I'm going to end with my father's poem because keeping with the theme, it's not done. And I'm hoping doing it out loud will give me something to carry the story forward. And you'll hear the poem be like, oh, it's nice, but then when you hear like what I'm trying to write, if you want to hear what I was trying to write, I'll tell you later. But yeah, let me stay here. And thank you for listening to my poems. Like, I know I'm hard, but now you know I'm hard. Like, it's like in there. And yeah, I could have been at home doing this by myself, but you guys are taking it in, and I appreciate it. It's not in this version. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Okay, according to the table of contents, it's in this one. The weather was nice today, too. Like, I was complaining at first because my kneecap was receiving some vitamin D the rest of my body wasn't getting. But when I got out the car, you know, it was nice. So, my father is legally blind. My father is legally blind. He used to be a nurse. I am a nurse. And rumor has it that he deliberately lost his vision, so he did not have to pay child support. And 2 years ago, and on July, like 3rd, that was his last child support payment. So won't he do it? Anyways, did we receive the money? No, but someone got it. My vision has always been, I've always worn glasses, and he's always made me think like that was our connection, poor vision. I mean, the poem was trying to write itself, but I still need, I need help, y'all. I need help. Okay. But he had laser eye surgery, so now he can like see, but you know, his TV big as hell.
Oh, now.
Yeah. Clarity is another thing. She says I have my father's eyes, violet shaped, almond-colored warning signs, cold case stares that justify the blinking. He too has seen some shit. An ain't shit nigga beget another ain't shit nigga that beget me. A retinal detachment occurs when a thin layer of tissue in the back of the eye pulls away. Michael removes himself from his family, and my childhood gets harder to recognize, short-sighted. Only sees what's right in front of him when art imitates life that imitates a Jeopardy game. What is sticular syndrome? What is a rare condition? What is fatherhood if not another rare circumstance? I fear I have my father's eyes detached, unclear, separation anxiety from what I will never know. Eyes, the orifice of trapped moments. Eyes, reduced to open shut concepts, tunnel vision. I only see what's right in front of me. My dad lost his kids well before he lost his vision. A decision dressed in turmoil, out of sight, out of mind. My right eye likes to compensate for my left. Sometimes on a swivel, heavy on the side eye. When I was 8, I learned that the only thing that nigga gave me was poor vision. Safeguarded his last thing away from me as if I didn't belong to him. I don't belong. I had to get up close to see his point of view when absence is a choice. The proximity of a parent and their kids is a fucking lazy eye. My father, a writer, a fan of alternate endings, builds himself another home with a new fame. Discards his rough drafts, unnamed, unwanted, his memories, stories in a house, the rooms are empty, cannot fill them with anything he has not seen, ensuring the villain's story arc was fully developed. They say, I look like my dad, but I just can't see it.
Didn't get to go to Chicago this week, but then I would have missed this.
Right.
I missed you, and 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 the folks that left, and you back there. So that was beautiful. I'm excited I got to be here for this tonight. Did you say the chapbooks were $5?
That's so reasonable.
So we have this thing in the poetry world where no matter how much somebody says their book is, even if it's like, it's $85, the crowd goes, only $85? That's so reasonable. And it's really $5. Like, that was as reasonable as you can fucking get over there. So show some love if you haven't already in the pot or with some merch over there. Give it up one more time for Arianna Cheree. I'll get you out of here, but I do want to note again, Q and the Stu and I are slamming on the 12th, Friday the 12th, for One Mic Open Anniversary, along with Danielle McCall, Nikki Dixon, Roger Bell Freeman, and others. Juneteenth, we'll be in the back room here with 10 features. They're all on the poster right there. I don't worry if I start shouting out people, I'll miss people. So come to that too if you can, or grab a flyer if you got a place to put it. Give it up for everybody in the room. I appreciate all the energy. Everybody on the open mic. Give it up for the Vales back here. We got Seth Vale, Nate Vale. This event would not happen without the support they have offered from moment one, when this was a concept in my head, to 4 years now of doing this. Next month we'll be back here with our normal time with Dre Day. We give it up one last time for